Today, we are going to talk about something very close to your heart. Something you need when life gets hard, when dreams feel far, and when everything inside says, maybe I should give up. We will explore 6 powerful rules that will help you stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep moving forward no matter how tough life gets. Let's begin with the most important rule of all. Rule 1. Start again, no matter how many times you fall. Life will knock you down. That's a fact. No one escapes pain. No one walks a smooth road forever. Life will test you. It will. Close doors you thought were open forever. Break plans you trusted. Give you failure when you expected victory. Make you feel like quitting is the only option. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Falling is part of the journey. Getting back up is your decision. Falling doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're trying. It means you're on the road, not watching from the sidelines. The only thing that can truly defeat you is not failure. It's the decision to never try again. A street vendor's story. Let's talk about someone you've probably never seen on TV or in books. A street vendor in Indonesia started selling noodles on a bicycle. Every day, he woke up early, cycled to the market, and sold noodles to strangers. Some days, he earned money. Some days, it rained. Some days, his cycle broke. Some days, people didn't pay him. But he never gave up. Years later, he saved enough money to buy a small food stall. Then he bought another. Today, his small stall is a successful chain with over 50 outlets. He's feeding thousands and inspiring even more. He didn't have a big degree. He didn't have a rich family. But he had one thing most people don't: the courage to start again every time life pushed him down. Mindset shift. What you call. Failure is often redirection. Sometimes when a dream breaks, we say, I failed. But maybe that failure was a redirection. A way for life to say, this isn't your path, but you still have a purpose. Think of a GPS system. When you take the wrong turn, it doesn't shut down. It says, recalculating. That's what you need to say when life hits you hard. I'm recalculating. I'm not giving up. Example: the student who failed twice. There was a young man who failed his college entrance exam not once, but twice. His friends moved ahead. His relatives laughed. He felt embarrassed and hopeless. But he said to himself, I'll try one more time. He woke up at 5 a.m. daily. He studied while others played. He ignored the insults. And in his third attempt, he passed. Today, he's a doctor saving lives. What if he had stopped at failure number 2? The world would have lost a great healer. What if you are one attempt away from your breakthrough? How to start again, even when it feels hard. 1. Pause, but don't stop. Take a break if you're tired, but don't quit forever. 2. Ask, what did I learn from this fall? Every failure teaches you something. Find the lesson. 3. Make a small plan. You don't need to climb the whole mountain today. Just take one step. 4. Ignore the noise. People will judge you. That's okay. This journey is yours, not theirs. 5. Remind yourself why you started. Go back to your dream. Visualize it. Feel it. Let it light your fire again. Quote to remember. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Albert Einstein. No matter how hard life has hit you, no matter how low you feel today, no matter how many times you've failed, you still have the power to begin again. The person who wins in the end is not the smartest, the richest, or the fastest. It's the one who kept going when others gave up. So say it with us right now. I will not quit. I will start again. Because your story is not over yet. It's just getting stronger. Rule 2. Pain is temporary. Purpose is forever. Everyone feels pain, but it doesn't last forever. Pain is part of life. Emotional pain, physical pain, failure, rejection, loss, fear. We all feel it. No one is born with a perfect road. But here's the truth. Pain is a visitor, not a permanent resident. But your purpose, the reason you're here, is forever. That's why this rule is powerful. Don't give up just because it hurts right now. Keep going because your purpose is bigger than this pain. Pain can't break you unless you let it. Pain might slow you down. Pain might make you cry. Pain might shake your confidence. But it cannot stop you unless you give up. Think about it. Muscles grow after pain. Diamonds form under pressure. Trees grow stronger after storms. It's not the easy days that make you powerful. It's the painful days. Mind truth. Pain tricks your mind to quit. When you feel pain, your brain tries to protect you. It says, stop, run away. Maybe this is not for you. You can't handle this. But that voice is not your truth. It's just fear. It's just discomfort. Your real voice, the one deep inside, says, I know it's hard, but I'm not stopping here. I was born for something greater. You must learn to hear that voice, not the one that wants to quit. A man who walked again. Let's take the story of Arunima Sinha. She was pushed from a running train by thieves. She lost her leg. Doctors said, you won't walk again. Most people would give up, but she said, no, my body may be broken, but my spirit is not. She trained with an artificial leg. She cried, fell, bled, but never gave up. And later, she became the first female amputee to climb Mount Everest. Her pain was temporary. Her purpose was forever. Pain is not a wall. It's a door. Many people see pain as a wall. I can't go further. This is the end. But pain is not a wall. It's a door to your next level, a door to your strength, a door to your true story. You just have to walk through it, even when it hurts. Because behind pain is power. Behind pressure is progress. How to handle pain without giving up. Here are simple ways to manage pain and stay on the path. 1. Breathe through it. When it hurts, take deep breaths. Tell yourself, this too shall pass. Your breath is your power during stormy times. 2. Talk to yourself kindly. Don't say, I'm weak. Say, I'm growing stronger. Don't say, I can't take it. Say, I've handled worse before. Your words create your world. 3. Focus on why you started. Pain distracts you from your dream. So remind yourself, why did I begin this journey? What will it feel like when I win? Let that vision pull you forward. 4. One step at a time. You don't have to win the whole war today. Just survive today. Take one small step. That's enough. Every step counts. Powerful. Quote, pain is temporary. Quitting lasts forever. Lance Armstrong. Your purpose is greater than your pain. There is something only you can do. There is someone only you can become. That's your purpose. And no pain, no failure, no fear should have the power to take it away from you. So when life gets tough, when your legs are tired, when your heart is heavy, just whisper to yourself, I will not quit. My pain will pass, but my purpose will live forever. Rule 3. Ignore the noise. Focus on your path. Why this rule matters. In today's world, it's not your failures that break you. It's the noise around you. People talking, people judging, people comparing you to others, people telling you you're not good enough. And if you don't learn how to ignore this noise, you'll slowly stop believing in your dream. That's why this rule is important. Ignore the noise. Focus on your path. Never give up. What is noise? Let's be clear. Noise doesn't always mean loud music or traffic. Noise means anything that distracts you from your goal. It can be people's negative comments, social media comparisons, gossip and rumors, doubts from others, your own inner fear. This noise creates confusion. It makes you stop and ask, am I doing the right thing? But here's the truth. Nobody else can see your vision the way you do. So don't let their noise become your voice. Example: how noise destroys dreams. There was a small-town boy who wanted to start his own clothing brand. He didn't have money, a fashion degree, or rich contacts, but he had ideas. When he told others, they laughed. You? Start a brand? You can't even speak good English. People like you work in factories and not run them. He felt small. He almost quit. But then he switched off the noise. He stopped explaining. He stopped defending. Instead, he focused on his designs, his learning, and his sales. 5 years later, he owns 3 showrooms. People who laughed at him now ask for discounts. Why? Because he stopped listening to noise and started listening to his heart. Truth: everyone has an opinion, but not everyone has vision. Everyone around you will have an opinion. You should do this. You'll fail at that. Why don't you get a safe job instead? But here's a question. Do they have your dream? Do they live with your purpose? Do they feel what your heart feels? No. So why give them the power to guide your life? Listen to advice, sure, but don't become a slave to opinions. Action steps. How to block the noise and focus. Here's how to train your mind to stay focused. 1. Create a vision wall. Print or write your dream and stick it on your wall. Every time you see it, you'll remember your path. Let that vision shout louder than anyone's doubts. 2. Limit opinions. Don't ask everyone for advice. Ask only those who have done what you want to do. Encourage you even when you fail. Speak truth without breaking you. 3. Take a social media break. Social media is full of noise, fake success, perfect pictures, endless comparisons. Take a break. Silence the feed. Focus on your real progress, not fake filters. 4. Turn pain into fuel. When people doubt you, don't cry. Smile. Tell yourself, good. Let them doubt. I'll turn their words into my power. Let your success make the noise later. 5. Trust your path, even if it's slow, even if you're behind others, even if no one claps for you yet. If it's your path, walk it with faith, because in the end, those who ignore the noise are the ones who finish the race. Quote to remember: don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Steve Jobs: you are not here to live someone else's dream. You are not here to prove anything to people who don't understand your journey. You are here to grow, to build, to become. So silence the outside. Turn up the volume on your inner strength. Ignore the noise. Stay focused, and never, ever give up. Rule 4. Turn every setback into a setup for a comeback. Now it's time to go even deeper. In this rule, we'll learn how to take life's biggest failures and turn them into your greatest strengths. What is a setback? A setback is when something unexpected and painful happens that pushes you back on your journey. You lose a job, you fail an exam, you get rejected by someone you trusted. Your dream plan crashes. It feels like you're falling backward, like everything is breaking. But here's the truth. Setbacks are not the end of your story. They are the plot twist before your rise. Comebacks are born from setbacks. Every powerful person in history, not just rich or famous, but mentally strong, has experienced a setback that made them feel like quitting. But instead of quitting, they said, "I will use this fall to bounce higher." And that's what a comeback is. A comeback is when you refuse to stay down, learn from what went wrong, come back stronger, smarter, and more focused. The world loves comeback stories because they show the power of human spirit. A teacher who lost everything. There was a school teacher named Jimmy. He was passionate, kind, and loved teaching poor students for free. But one day, he was falsely accused of misusing school funds. He lost his job, his respect, and even some of his friends. It was a major setback. He cried, he felt broken, but instead of giving up, he started teaching from his home, under a tree. At first, only 2 students came, then 5, then 10. Today, over 400 students study in his small open-air school. He became a hero in his village, and later received awards from the government. He turned his biggest setback into the start of something bigger. Setback or setup? It depends on your mindset. A weak mindset says, "Why me? It's over. I'll never recover." A strong mindset says, "Maybe this is a test. What can I learn? I'll return stronger." Success doesn't come from avoiding setbacks. It comes from rising after them. How to turn a setback into a comeback? Here are powerful steps you can take. 1. Accept what happened. Don't waste energy blaming others or yourself. Say, "It happened. I accept it. Now what can I do?" This is the beginning of healing. 2. Find the hidden lesson. Every setback carries a message. It might teach you patience, courage, humility, or new skills. Example, if you failed an interview, maybe it's telling you to improve your speaking skills or learn more about the field. 3. Start small but start fast. After a fall, don't wait too long. Even a small action, sending one email, creating a new plan, gives you momentum. 4. Surround yourself with believers. After a setback, don't stay around negative people. Be around those who say, "You've got this. I believe in you. This is just the beginning." 5. Visualize your comeback. Close your eyes and imagine it. How will your life look 6 months after recovery? Feel that success in your heart. Let it become your fuel. Powerful. Quote, "A setback is a setup for a greater comeback." T.D. Jakes, when you fall behind in life, when the world seems to move faster than you, when everything feels broken, don't say, "I'm finished." Say, "This is my training ground. This setback is shaping me into a warrior. My comeback will be louder than my pain." Never give up, because the next chapter of your life might be the most powerful one yet. Rule 5. Consistency beats talent every time. You may think success is about being the smartest, or the most talented, or the richest. But that's not true. The real secret to success, to never giving up, is this. Be consistent. Show up again and again, even when it's hard, even when no one claps, even when you don't feel like it. That's how ordinary people become extraordinary. The talent trap. Let's understand something first. Many people start their journey with big dreams. They're talented, fast learners, sharp thinkers. They shine quickly. But then, they stop. Because the moment things get boring or slow, they give up. Why? Because they relied only on talent, not on discipline or consistency. Talent gives you a head start, but consistency makes sure you finish the race. Why is consistency so powerful? Because consistency builds habits, strengthens your mindset, helps you learn from small failures, makes you unstoppable over time. Think of it like a drop of water. One drop looks weak, but if it drops again, and again, and again, it can break a stone. That's the power of consistent effort. The boy with no talent. He loved public speaking but was terrible at it. He stuttered, forgot words, got nervous on stage. People laughed. Many said, "Public speaking is not for you." He was embarrassed. He cried. But instead of quitting, he practiced 10 minutes every day. No excuses, no skipping. For 6 months, nothing changed. In the 7th month, he felt a little better. By the 12th month, he won a school-level speech competition. 2 years later, he was invited to speak at a youth leadership event. He wasn't the most talented, but he was the most consistent. Now people ask him, "How are you so confident?" And he smiles, because he knows it came from those quiet, boring, painful practice days when no one was watching. How to stay consistent, even when you feel like quitting. Consistency sounds simple, but it's not easy. Here's how you can do it even on tough days. 1. Have a fixed time daily. Choose a time to work on your dream daily. Maybe 6 a.m., maybe 10 p.m. The time doesn't matter. The routine does, because your brain builds habits with time blocks. 2. Start small but be regular. Don't try to do everything at once. If you want to learn English, start with 10 minutes a day. If you want to build muscle, start with 5 push-ups. If you want to write a book, start with 1 paragraph a day. Over time, it adds up. 3. Track your streak. Use a calendar or notebook. Mark a check mark each day you complete your task. Once you see a 7-day streak, you'll want to reach 10, then 30. It becomes a game, and your mind loves that. 4. Celebrate small wins. Every small win is a reason to keep going. Finished 7 days of practice? Treat yourself to a walk, a coffee, a song. It keeps your motivation alive. 5. Don't wait for motivation. Create discipline. Here's the truth. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll lose. But if you work even when you don't feel like it, you'll win. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and success. Consistency is a silent weapon. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't demand attention. But it delivers big results. People will ask you, "How did you do it?" And you'll say, "I didn't give up. I just showed up. Every day." Quote to remember. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. Marie Forleo, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the best. You don't need to impress anyone. You just need to show up every single day. Because small steps in the same direction lead to big destinations. So stay consistent, stay focused, and most importantly, never give up. Rule 6. Use failure as feedback, not final judgment. Let's break it down step by step, using real thoughts, emotional truth, and powerful mindset tools. What most people think about failure. In school, failure means you're not good enough. You should stop. You're a loser. But in real life, that's not true. Real success stories are filled with failures. Not because people were weak, but because they learned from every mistake. Failure doesn't say you're finished. It says, you're learning. Keep going. Change the meaning of failure. Most people fear failure. Why? Because they think it defines their worth. But here's a better way to think. Failure is not a punishment. Failure is not the end. Failure is not rejection. Failure is a message from life saying, "This way didn't work. Try another one." That's how winners think. The bike story. Imagine this. You're learning how to ride a bicycle. You fall 5 times. Scraped knees, tears, embarrassment. Did your parents say, "You failed, stop riding forever"? No, they said, "Get up, try again." That's feedback. Falling off a bike didn't mean you were not meant to ride. It meant you needed more balance, more practice. And now, you ride without thinking, because you learned by failing. Failure is the greatest teacher. Failure teaches you what doesn't work, what you didn't know, where to improve, what really matters. No book, no class, no mentor can teach you what one good failure can. Why? Because failure touches your emotions. And when you feel pain, you remember the lesson deeply. How to turn failure into feedback. Here are 5 steps to make every failure your power. 1. Pause. Don't panic. When you fail, don't run. Take a deep breath and ask, what exactly went wrong? Not emotionally, logically. 2. Write down what you learned. Every failure leaves clues. Make a habit. Write 3 things you learned every time you fall. This makes failure valuable. 3. Don't take it personally. Failing doesn't mean you are a failure. It means your method didn't work. Change the method, not your dream. 4. Talk to someone who has failed and won. Ask them, what did they feel when they failed? How did they recover? What kept them going? You'll be shocked how every strong person you admire once felt broken. 5. Use failure as fuel. Every time you fail, let it add fire in your belly. Say to yourself, now I know one more way that doesn't work. I'm getting closer to success. This mindset makes you unbeatable. Powerful. Quote, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Henry Ford. The road to your dream is full of twists, wrong turns, and closed doors. But those closed doors are not rejection. They are redirection. When you fail, you are not falling behind. You are growing stronger than those who never try. So the next time you fall, smile and say, "Thank you, life. You just made me smarter." Then stand up and go again. Because failures are not the enemy. Quitting is, and you, my friend, were born to rise. If this rule touched your heart, if it reminded you to fight for your dream again, if you believe that failure is your stepping stone, then don't keep this lesson to yourself. Like this video to show the world you're not giving up. Comment below and share your story. We're with you. Subscribe to our channel because every day we bring you power, purpose, and positivity. You didn't come this far to stop now, so keep going. And as always, never give up. Your comeback will inspire millions.